You know, most people are bored with kale. But how could you be bored with this beautiful, delicious, versatile, nutrient-dense vegetable? Kale is actually very exciting. Welcome to Healthy Cooking with Val. Hi, I'm Chef Valerie Wilson. Today, I'm here to teach you all about kale. So, I know you've heard a lot about it. People talk a lot about kale, and you should get more, kale in your diet. It's in the category of leafy greens, but you're probably confused or you're bored because you buy a bunch of kale. You bring it home and you steam it and you eat steamed kale and you think, well, I don't like this. So, I'm here today to give you a couple cooking techniques and let you know that kale can actually be very delicious and it's wonderful for you. Let's talk about the nutritional value of kale first. So kale is strong in anti-inflammatory properties in the form of omega-3 fatty acids. Also contains antioxidants which protects your cells from free radicals. Kale also contains a property that helps prevent and combat cancer, glucosinolates. These have been studied and shown to help protect your body against colon, breast, bladder, prostate, and ovarian cancer. Also, because of kale's high fiber content, they can give you cardiovascular support. High in protein. Pound for pound, there's more protein in kale than there is in meat, and a fraction of the cost. Kale is mostly known, though, because it's really high in calcium and really high in iron. So important for your body. Kale also contains vitamin K, vitamin A, and vitamin C. So now you know why it's so good for you. Let's get cooking with it. So first we're going to go to the store. There'll be a wide variety of different kales for you to choose from. This is what's called leafy kale. This is probably the most popular variety and the one that you'll probably end up getting. This is a flat leaf kale variety, and this is really easy to grow in your garden. There's also a purple kale, which is very pretty, and then there's a dark green one, which is called dino kale. That's actually my favorite, is the dino kale. You can use kale in soup, and stir fries, and casseroles, but my favorite way to make kale is to make kale chips. And my kale chip recipe is very, very easy and simple, not complicated. You just take the kale, break off the little leaves, put it in a bowl. I drizzle a little olive oil over there, and then I mix the olive oil in with the kale, and then I lay it out on a baking sheet, and I put garlic salt on it. 350 degrees for about 7 minutes, and you get this salty, crunchy kale chip. And you know how much I love salty, crunchy snacks. But the best way to incorporate kale into your diet is to do this cooking technique that I developed. You know, in my cooking class, one of my regular students, Jane, was always saying to me, I want more kale in my diet. I want more kale in my diet. And I couldn't understand that because I was always teaching kale recipes in my classes. But what she was really looking for was a simple and easy way to get kale in your diet. So I came up with this. What you want to do is go to the store and buy a bunch of kale. Bring it home, make sure you wash it really good, and then you put it in a food processor and puree it up until you get minced kale. Put it in a container and put it in the refrigerator. And then every time that you sit down to eat, put a little bit of kale on your food. I'm just talking like maybe 2 teaspoons or something, just a little bit. So when you sit down to have your stir fry or your main course dish or your soup, put a little kale in there. Even if your morning porridge is like oatmeal, you could put just a little pinch of kale in your oatmeal. You're getting all the nutritional value, but you're not overwhelming it with the flavor of the kale. And you're also getting kale 3 times a day in all of your meals. And so you're getting all the nutritional value in a quick, easy way to incorporate it into your diet so you can start eating healthy. In my cookbook, Perceptions in Healthy Cooking, I have this really delicious kale recipe. It's called Kale Catalina. It's my customer's favorite recipe out of the cookbook. It's got lots of garlic and pine nuts, and I season the kale with lemon juice. You can get my cookbook, Perceptions in Healthy Cooking, on my website, macroval.com. And thanks for checking out my Facebook page, Macroval Food, where I post a lot of pictures and step-by-step instructions on how to cook healthy food. Remember, your journey to eating healthy begins with one small step. Let's make that step kale.